Okay, although I said at the beginning that we're just going to get into the code and we're not going to really hang around too much on the theory, I thought there was a couple of things that would be very useful to talk about just at this moment. The first one is, and it's all about the structure of the page, and the reason why it will be important is because later on, for an example, you might want to pull in something like AdSense or analytics, and it might say enter this code in the head. Okay, so this is just why we're going to talk about this now. So the first thing is the doc type. The doc type tells the browser what type of document it's loading. So when they move to HTML5, they went from this very sort of complex almost doc type to a very simple HTML. So it's just telling the browser that this document is a HTML5 document. Very simple, very useful, because the browser is kind of pre-warned, or if you want to call that, to know that it's going to be having to decipher the code that's within this HTML document. Next we have the HTML open and close tag, and in between there is where all the code for your HTML page is going to be. So this is saying we're starting to create some HTML, and this is saying that's it, that's the end of all our HTML code, end of our web page. The next thing is the head, and that is telling the browser everything within here is to do with the head of the page. So you've got things like a lot of meta types. In this page it's only got the character set saying it's UTF-8, and we've got the title, and that title is a title that goes in the top of the browser. So at the little tab at the top, this bit here, if that's actually in the title. And the last thing in here is the body, and the body is where all the code goes for your web page. So it's kind of saying to the browser, this is where the body of code for my page is. Now in the head you can have a number of different things, as I say, JavaScript, etc. Some plugins like analytics and AdSense, etc. say that you need to put a bit of code in the head, and then you put the code in the bottom of the body or whatever. But in the case of this course, we're not going to do much of that in the head. We're really going to be just putting code within the body. That's where your main web page is going to be. So I just wanted to clear that up now very quickly, the different sections, because as we go along we're not really going to talk about the sections. We're going to be concentrating on the actual HTML to create your page, and then the CSS to nicely format that page.